It is an important issue that needs to be highlighted. You've two men there in jail that shouldn't be there. There's people in this room who are visiting them and are campaigning for them. I was in jail with them. I know them. Became good friends with both the lads and became very close to them. And anyone in this room who knows them, who have spoke to them, who write to them, you will know straight away that those men should not be there. They simply shouldn't be there. So everybody should just look into their case and follow the campaign and support it and create awareness about it, because they simply shouldn't be there and we need to get them out of there. Because it's another Birmingham 6 and it's another Guildford 4. So I would just urge everyone to follow that case. On behalf of Ergie, I'd just like to thank you all for inviting me over here to speak at the relaunch of the volunteers, Patricia Black and Frankie Ryan. There's no doubt that with the comrades involved in this project, it will grow from strength to strength, and it'll progress to do much more good work on different issues. The band will be marching in Belfast next week.
Yeah, get back to Belfast.
I'm sure they'll do both families proud. I'm sure they'll do both families proud. The families of both volunteers, they will do them proud. I know that for a fact, and we look forward to welcoming them there in Belfast.
Do you welcome us here?
In broader terms, it's a very difficult time to be a Republican, and it's even harder to be a socialist Republican. While Tories, the Unionists, and our nationalist ex-comrades in Stormont prepare themselves to launch into scathing cuts against the working class, it will become even more difficult for us in the future. It's really important at this time that we all continue with our activism and dig deeper and do more. As recent events in Scotland will show, we will not drive the British from our countries by democratic votes alone.
Right. Yeah.
We need to organise ourselves and get involved in militant action against the state and those who prop it up. Ergie believe that it is only with grassroots organisation that we will achieve our goal of a socialist republic. It's clear that the state won't stand by and allow this to happen, so be it. Many of us in this room have served time in jail because of our involvement in the struggle. We won't be the last. It's an ongoing thing. There will always be Republicans in jail as long as there's British interference in Ireland. There's no denying that, and there's no getting away from that fact. Like in that jail at the minute, in maghaberry, for example, there's well over 50 Republican prisoners in row 3 and row 4. Briefly, I just want to elaborate on the conditions that the boys are living in. You've got controlled movement, which is it's one of the most restrictive and punishing things you can go through. It's just so controlling. That's why it's called controlled movement. You can't move freely anywhere in the jail. You've got strip searching, which I've spoke about many times. And I've explained it to many people in this room. It's probably one of the most degrading and humiliating things that anybody can go through. It's equivalent to a form of sexual abuse. There's no doubt about that. There's boys in that jail who have been forcefully stripped dozens of times, 80, 90, 100 times. And it's vile, it's disgusting. It is a form of sexual abuse. You've also got isolation of Republican prisoners such as Galvin Coyle. Galvin's been held in prison since 2011. He's on 24-hour lockup. He's no contact with anybody else in the jail, only his captors, only the screws that are opening the door. That's the only people that Galvin has contact with. He gets out for 1 hour a day, out into a small yard by himself. You wouldn't keep an animal in those conditions. You simply wouldn't do it. That's great. There's also inadequate health provisions in the jail, and it's certainly not up to speed either. Now, the prisoners are releasing regular statements about those issues, and I would just urge everyone to keep up to date with the statements and just just follow the jail issue, because it is a very, very important issue. There was a recent thing there with the visits. Now it seems to be resolved in a sense, but the visiting conditions in the prison are still unacceptable. So I would just like people just to keep an eye on that. In Ireland and across the world, men and women lie in jails because of their involvement in struggle, and there are no finer people than that you can meet. So tonight we'll celebrate this relaunch. We'll celebrate the relaunch of this band tonight, and we'll relish the good work that they've done and that they will do in the future. And I know the people in the band, they're great activists, they're good Republicans, and they will do us proud, and they are doing us proud, and they're doing some great work. Tomorrow we must rededicate ourselves and redouble our efforts. Leave here tonight and get ourselves involved in even more community groups, trade unions, football clubs, youth groups, political organisations, whatever we can do. Every little helps. It's all about being active. You can't call yourself an activist if you're not active. It's all about being active. And we in Erin we can promise only one thing, and we'll play our part and assist you in any way we can. There's no doubt about that. We'll support you 100% all the way. And we know you'll do the same for us. We know that you're there for us. So, onwards to victory, comrades. Chucky Orla.